Hey there, StarCraft fans! Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and the latest patch. Check it out, 8-worker start here on At Eternity's Edge. Got this replay off of lotv.spawningtool.com. Great place, I'll put a link to it in the description. Top left, it is Clem. Bottom right, it is Serral. Yes, 8-worker start here. Let's see what the builds are for both of these dudes in this Patreon cast of the week. Those of you who are supporting me on patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month at the tier 1, maybe tier 2, which is $2 a month. Appreciate ya. Love you all. And if you're watching this the week of July the 25th, 2026, guess what? You're a patron, and you're watching it on patreon.com/FalconPaladin. If you're watching this later, subscribe, hit the like button, do whatever you got to do. You can hype the video if you're watching this on mobile as well, which is a pretty cool way for smaller videos to get some attention in the algorithm and ecosystem that is YouTube. Now, what build are we doing here today, right? Seems like Terrans in the current build, patch, kind of just enjoy going for 1 racks into gas into an expand. They enjoy Reaper expands a little bit later than it usually would be, just because you have to make more drones to get up to the point where this lines up for you. But yeah, there you go. There's the gas. Serral. Oh, there you go. 16. Yeah, 16 pool. We saw sort of do this a couple times on the channel. So it's going to be a 16 pool here. We'll see how it does against Clem. Again, this has been a very fun rivalry between these two players ever since Clem rivaled up and really dumpstered Serral at the, God, I kind of want to call it the World Cyber Games, but that's not what it is. It's, whatever that, that very cool event with all the esports was. That was held in, like, Saudi Arabia a couple summers ago. Yeah, Clem just made Serral look completely lost, which is not something you see very much from Serral since he won his world championship in 2017. So there's the hatch. Cool. About a 17, 16 hatch there. Nothing too crazy that away. Reaper in production. Lings will be out well before the Reaper shows up because the pool's done. And, well, we could make Lings, but we're going to get Queens instead. Yeah, this build, I've tried this. I've tried the 16 hatch into the gas, into the pool, and it really does slow down your ability to get Queens because this hatch is late, right? But you get Lings out faster. It's harder to get bunkered when he went for that pool first, right? So everything's looking good here from Serral. He's feeling grand. There's the expansion from Clem. Like I said, Terran players are like, we're just doing whatever, man. Like, we're just using the same build. It's great for aggression. It's great for macro. We can hold off. We can be defensive with it, right? We can deal with early pools. We can deal with 3 hatch before pools or players. We can kill them with this. Like, anything we want to do, it's at our fingertips. It's nice. Factory on the way. Probably some Hellions. Might get a fast Liberator here. Some fast Banshees. We've seen a lot of Banshees in TVZ on the channel recently as well. Reaper shows up. Gonna be hard to get a kill. Just because Queen is here. Did force a Spore. Not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, now Lings are chasing you on creep, which is not something you ever want to deal with. Oh, interesting. Okay. Wait, he doesn't think these are taken. No, he knows they were canceled. That's weird. He just go double extractor trick at the... He did. He just went double extractor trick at the natural like that was the plan all along. Not to save the drones from the Reaper, just to go double extractor trick and get a little bit extra supply than he normally can. That's weird. Third base is coming in. Remember when these were like 225 third bases and now they're 340 third bases? So much later, but the 8-worker start does that, especially to Zerg. We've got a starport on the way from Los Terran. Does the Reaper have any kills before he dies? He's got 1. He killed a drone. I mean, hey, can't complain about that too much. What's on the TV here? Nova? Nova's on the TV, and the Ewoks are all watching. Nice. Maybe that's just a painting or like a digital art installation. Doesn't seem like she's moving at all. Speed's done. Reaper's got to get out of there. He's doing a good job not dying, which, you know, every unit should have a time when they not die. Yeah, it is Banshees. Cool. So it's going to be Cloak Banshees here from Clem heading out. Are you ready for that? Well, Spore timing. Let's see what the Spore timing is. I'm trying to figure this out. Because it's generally, previously, it was like 4.5 to 5 minutes. Maybe 6. Yeah, 4 Hellions sharking around. Nothing else, much else in the production tab except for more Hellions and the Banshees. Third base pops. Lings go for, you know, kill an SCV maybe. Yeah, got an SCV kill. Got a Marine kill. Did not get in for the scout, but did see the Banshee, and that's what you want to see. So guess what? Spore timing is probably now. Because you don't know if these are going to be Cloak Banshees, and they are. Cloak is on the way, sir. So having a Spore is incredibly helpful. The Lair's on the way. That's not going to be in time if Cloak Banshees show up. Where are your Spores? Sir, there you go. Spore at like 5:15. Cool. I'll note that. Spore in the natural. No Spore in the main. Maybe just because a Banshee... I was going to say a Banshee can't escape. But a Banshee can totally escape. I don't know why there wouldn't be one. Holy Ling run by into the natural. Where's anything? Where are the Hellions? Holy smokes. There you go. They come back. But a couple SCDs die. A bunch of them are injured. A third one? Nope. These Lings escape. Third base looking fancy. We've got the Spore. We've got the Spore. We've got a Spore coming up at the main base now. 2 Banshee into the third. Guess what? Spore's here. We're going to get some kills anyway, though. Banshee is going to get a little bit done here. It's very hard to deal with a Banshee unless you just straight up... Oh. This is bad. Oh, that's a bad command on that Queen. She's going to die. Lings back into the base. What? Okay, this has been some of the most Ling aggression I've seen from Serral in a long time. Yeah, look at this. Banshee's got 6 kills, dude. Drones are dying like crazy. Runs out of energy. Doesn't matter. New Banshee. Hellions microing their faces off. Usually 2 Banshees, but it's interesting. It's 1 Banshee with Cloak. Look at that dance. Look at that dance on the creep. Oh, the cheekiness here. So we've got 3 saturated bases at 642. Banshee casually has 7 kills. Some of them are Lings. One of them is a Queen. The rest are the drones. Centrifugal hooks on the way. Stim in production. Medevacs coming in here too. Boom. So what's the play here, man? Yeah, Lings and Queens can keep you alive for a long time as a Zerg player, but you got to get something eventually. Banelings do count. 4th base. Ooh. Double expanding up and down. Here is Serral. Medevac showing up. 3rd base by Clem is pretty gosh darn late considering we can just go for a fast 3rd. But I think he was worried about the pool first here. Yeah, 1-1 upgrades for the Lings and the Banes. Infestation bit on the way. Yeah, I don't know about this from Clem. The Lings and the Banes are just the answer to all of this. They're so good against the Hellbats. They force the take up there. They come back. They wipe the Hellbats, who are light. Into the what? Banelings into the 3rd base. What? How and when and what and why? And Changeling wanders in. That does not bode well. You don't want a Changeling showing up at your base. Dude, just defending over here like this. And I guess there's only one command. You send the Banelings. Yep. Oh, that is so good. That is so good. Worker 73 to 49. Income advantage plummeting into Serral's favorite here. And yeah, Serral is just shutting this down big time all over the place, folks. Hatch pops. Hatch done. 73 to 54 workers. I know mules exist, but look at this income advantage tab. Look at this army tab for the first time. Well, maybe like 3rd time today. Serral ahead in army value. He's getting a hive. He's getting +1/+1 for his Lings and his Banes. He's making infestors. I think they get free microbial shroud in the current patch. It's kind of fun. You're not going to use it all that much against Terran. It's more of a Protoss thing against Zerg just because carriers and whatnot, but yeah, this is Serral at his best. This is him in his element. He's taking tons of bases. He's defending every single thing that the enemy is throwing at him. Overlord is in this little hidey hole drop spot, which is made specifically for anyone. For Terrans in particular, but a good place to hide like an, a warping of zealots before you run into the main. It's a big main base. And honestly, having creep out here would be awesome. One of my old subscribers, Omicron, whenever he watched me play, he would always say, spread your creep, you know, all the way. Cover your whole base with it. You're not going to regret doing that. And I was always like, you know, that's a good idea. Tanks are out. Drilling Claws coming in. Getting combat shield now are the Marines? Kind of weird. Battery in trouble. A fungal on these guys. Then we have that tank position to fall back to. Oh, Baneling taking tank shots is so good. I don't think Serral knew those tanks were there. Where'd the Infestor go? Is he gonna just... He just sacks the hatch. He just sacks it, but he does avenge it. With some nice fungal Ling. Bane jumping on top of the siege tanks. Well, bam, thank you, ma'am. Resources lost here, 5,300 to 6,700. Serral has lost more, but it's not as much as you might think, considering how many Lings and Banes have died, considering that hatch has gone down. Nice. Clem's all over that attack path and that vector. How did he know? I think he was just in the general vicinity anyway. Kind of lucky for him. Empty medevacs. Kind of a weird thing. They boost over to heal up some dudes. They're like, oh, that's right. We should be kind of hanging out with the army. Not a bad idea. 10.5 minutes. This, again, is a replay from lotv.spawningtool.com if you want good replays. And build orders, right? If you need a new build order for the new patch, check it out. lotv.spawningtool.com. They have build orders sorted by different matchups, right? If you're a Zerg player looking for a TVZ build, you can find one. If you're a Protoss looking for build against Terran, you can get that too. Speed zone, going up a ramp, kind of a weird place for it. I like it. Some creativity here from the map maker of At Eternity's Edge. So, I mean, this is what happens, though, when the Zerg player doesn't have a Spire. But he is getting Ultras. He is getting Adrenal. Creep getting cleared out quite immensely. Lings don't have Adrenal yet. Mother. One of my favorite voice lines is, Mother, this is not a planetary yet. Hold on. These SCVs are in trouble. Cracklings, not yet, but I don't think it makes that much of a difference. A couple SCVs die. Up the right side, unloading, retreating back down this way. Clem is pushing, prodding. He's got his 4th base on location, upgrading to a planetary now. And yeah, every time the Terran unloads, Zerg is ready there, right? He's got Cracklings now. That's such a huge moment for Zerg, is when the Crackling upgrade finishes. They got 2-2. They're working on 3-3. Terran's working on 2-2. 3-3's coming up next. He's making Widow Mines. Serral expanding again. He's just trying to get what damage out he can before the planetary finishes. Not bad. No, fungled and murdered. And getting a cancel on this base down here at the 6 o'clock, though. That's a good win for Clem. He's in 4 places at once. One of them wins, and that's kind of how this has to work. Although Widow Mine connections there. 5 kills, 1 kills, 0 kills. What? That guy did all of the work. You dropping in? Liberator-ing in, yes. Double Liberator attack. Just get out. Yeah, just get out of the circles, guys. It's fine. You got this. Yeah, and both Liberators die. They got a couple kills. It's fine. Plus, we're microing up here to another canceled hatch at the Rich Vespine Geyser base. Clem's getting some work done here, folks. He is canceling bases. Cracklings across the map trying to pick off reinforcements or just going to the 3rd base, I guess, if that's available. There's a siege thing on the high ground, but the friendly fire splash is maybe killing more SCVs than it is saving right now. I don't know. It's definitely saving some. Lings, Banes, Widow Mine connections are huge here, as per usual. The burrow. It's not an instantaneous scan either. Does he not know? He's got a Liberator circle set up here, so as soon as the Lings unburrow, they'll start dying. They will start dying. Into this base again. Zerg player is on top of it. Fungal. Nothing to follow up on those medevacs. You don't have a Spire. It's hard for you. There's the unburrow, and the Widow Mine connection kills 5 SCVs too. The fact that everything splash damage from Terran is friendly splash is really problematic for them. SCVs hate it. Marines hate it. Squishy things hate that. Tanks firing on Lings that they're fighting face to face are doing damage to them as well. Corruptor's finally on the way. Serral's decided, you know what? I guess I should probably have something to deal with these medevacs instead of just Queens. Ultralisks chasing. They're better at chasing after a patch earlier this year, but not incredible. Off creep stuff here. That's why creep spread is so important, and so important to kill those tumors if you're a Terran player expanding 12 o'clock. Clem to a 5th, pressuring. He's got, well, that's not an army. He's got armies in 2 different places at least. Nice fungal. The fungal baneling combo is just one of the strongest things in the Zerg arsenal right now. We're trying to retake the Rich Vespine Geyser base. There's a lot of Marauders here. That bonus is good. And yeah, just the problem with Ultras is they get kited. Nice split against that fungal. They get kited by Ultralisks really hard. Wait, Ultras get kited by Marauders really hard. That's what I'm trying to say. Splitting out against the Bane, splitting out against the Fungal. Fungal connecting a little bit there anyway. Ultras chasing Corruptors. Now a threat. Transfuses up into an orbital. How's that an orbital and not a planetary? SCVs have to run from that spot. Thank you very much. Queens just standing, transfusing, fighting Corruptors, killing a medevac. Largely Marauder force going to die to Cracklings alarmingly quickly here, but nope. Great stutter step micro, great fallback, great kiting. Liberator shows up here too. So hard to deal with, but Corruptors are the answer. If you don't have Corruptors versus Liberators, what are you doing? Counterattack up the right side while all this is happening. Another fungal. These guys are sacrificial. Liberator, once again, one shot. But one shot doesn't kill the Lings fast enough to save everything. 4 SCVs have died. 60 workers for Clem. Mules are good, but they're not that good. Bit of a whiff on that fungal. It is a projectile, and it has been for a very long time. Oh, another whiff on a fungal. You guys know, back in the early days of StarCraft, fungals were actually insta-cast. You could not dodge them. It was too freaking powerful. Dude, so many SCVs have died. I don't know. Oh, Clem gets another hatch. How many hatches do you have to kill Serral? The answer is usually 10. He's got 2, and I think a cancel. We'll give him 3. We'll give him 3 kills today, but he needs 10 to win this thing if we're getting into crazy amounts of depth in this game, which we certainly are. 199 to 155 supply. Army value is favoring Serral, but not by a ton. Ow. Corruptors taking Widowmine shots. They are fairly tanky as far as Zerg units go, but still not insanely tanky. Oh. Yo, Widowmines are just dealing damage. Corruptors taking hits, Lings taking hits, Banelings taking hits, Ultras taking hits. This Ultra is like, I can't walk into siege tanks. What are we doing here? Both players using so many different units in the arsenal. We haven't seen Brewlords yet. I guess we haven't seen Cyclones either. There are a couple units we haven't seen here at 17 minutes, but it's been a lot otherwise, man. This base looks like it's gonna die. This base in a lot of trouble too. Clem gonna get this base, and I think he forced a cancel up here as well. He did not, but he killed the hatch. Dude, Zerg players here too, though. Forget all the places that we are. As Serral fans, if we're Clem fans, we're doing pretty good. Some buildings inside that mineral line. Again, Liberator set up in case that unburrow happens anytime soon, which it probably will. Oh my gosh, siege tank shot was a big one. Avenged it with the Ultralisk. Medevac dies. There, okay. All right, we're tossing down Microbial Shroud here, which again is free. And it does affect attacks from ground units, but not 100%, right? It's not 100% negation. It just reduces it a little bit. They've been tweaking that a little bit recently. Dude, once again, Lings into this base has just been a nightmare today. The SCV's kill today is 67. That is more SCVs than usually Terrans make in a whole 19-minute game. Fungal. Ultras are so much better with Fungal. They always have been. Still good in 2026. This game has been insane. I haven't been able to find a good macro TVZ between players like this on the channel in a while. I'm sure you guys have noticed this. I've been on some Evo plays. He gets another hatch. StarCraft Evolution, which I really enjoy. But man, getting back into just super duper StarCraft 2. Best stuff we can find. 5 hatcheries down with the cancel. Maybe 2 cancels. Maybe 7 hatcheries I'll give Clem here. This group is really overstimmed and running and somewhat largely dying. And they don't have any medevacs anymore because their Ruptors killed them. And that's a large group of medevacs and a large group of Marauders just to die. Liberator. 12, 13, 14, 15. Gee, like 16 kills on that Liberator, man. Really cost-efficient stuff that way. Rich Vespine Geyser base taken. Clem's at 160 supply. Serral's at 178. Nice fungal. Lings all up into the 12 o'clock. Again, like, stop me if you've heard this one, but by golly, Lings into this space. If this was just a planetary, this would have never happened. These SCVs would not be dead. Serral would have to really commit more units to killing that thing, like Banelings, for example, and he'd have less down here to defend with. More Banelings on the way. Clem, 190 to 163 supply. Income hugely favoring Serral. Army advantage about the same. Down into the 4th. Cracklings all over it. Wheel mine. Murdering as it does. Oh, Baneling's getting Widow Mined there. Means we can come back in. We just got to cut against a couple Ultras. Not a problem. Get the hatch again. All right. We're talking about 7 hatcheries killed now. How is that 6? Did we lose track? Hey, remember how this base is in a planetary and all these SCVs keep dying at it over and over and over, and this orbital's going to die because the Corruptors are going to kill it? And that's a huge problem for Clem. Remember how I've been saying that the whole time? Yo, that's it. Serral gets the win in 22 minutes. How did that say 6? We just watched that hatch die. I'm going to try some science real quick. So hatch alive. 5 hatcheries have died. This was 6. Man, what a bloodbath. And that dies, and that is 6. Now look at these resources lost. 42,000 for Serral, 36,000 for Clem. I mean, yeah, a lot of Zerg stuff is dying today, but so much Terran stuff is dying too. I guess he GG's once that orbital dies. Even if he kills this, it doesn't really matter. Serral's here, 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 right? And it's like 1 mining base, mining out quickly from Clem. Economically, he's in a terrible spot. Incomes looked like this for the last, 10 minutes. Army value tab and pretty darn close, which is what's the sign of a great game. So GG, man. Serral gets the win. That's what we're talking about, right? Serral gets a win there. We are talking about some fantastic display of how to play TVZ there from Serral. My goodness. Anyway, great stuff, fantastic stuff. We're talking about one of the best TVZs we've had on the channel in weeks, if not months. Clem is just a monster. He is everywhere. I feel like any other Zerg player on Earth would have died in this game. The pressure was intense. Serral was just on point the whole time, defending everywhere, getting dropped everywhere, defending north, south, east, west, while countering. I don't know how he found the time or the units to counter. I don't. But he managed anyway and got the win, and that's what we're talking about. Serral fans really happy about that. And that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, and also patreon.com/FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.